on this computer. I need to close this stuff.
And we are live.
Peace, love, and light, everyone. Happy Sunday, and welcome to another episode of the Love, Space, and Time podcast. I am Misha.
And I'm Vernon.
Happy Sunday again, and we are so happy to be here once again to celebrate and lift up and explore all the possibilities of a long distance relationship, which we are currently deeply, heavily involved in.
I'm turning back now.
Listen, we're
I
in
lost
it
the
to
receipt.
win.
I can't trade you in. No turning back now.
Yes, you lost your receipt and you cannot get store credit, so just chill out.
Onward and upward, forward ever, backwards never.
Never.
Hey, we are on a roll. This is episode 10. We are doing the daggone thing. Can you believe we got 10 episodes in? We've been consistent. We are moving with intention and purpose.
This has been a very purposeful journey for the both of us. Sometimes it's been challenging, but I, for one, am so happy to be here.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we are becoming better as the days go by. So this is actually growing us. This is turning us into something more than we would have been before. So I'm enjoying this journey with you, and I'm glad to have you with me.
And I'm glad to be here with you as well. So, episode 10, our topic for today is coping with loneliness.
That's an interesting one. Loneliness. Now we might be coming from two different places on this, because what you think of loneliness as a feeling and as a valid way of being might be something different than I think about loneliness. So why don't we get clear on that? What is loneliness? What do you mean by loneliness?
For me, because of how I love and the intensity that I love, I want to be around my person as often as possible. So that's number one. First off, very challenging in a long distance relationship because you can't reach out and touch your partner. You can't drive 10 minutes and get to your partner. Every time you see your person is a very arranged type of event. So for me, it's just missing my person like a lot and feeling like I'm stuck because my person is not here necessarily. I could be in a room full of people, but if it's not the person that I want to be with, then that's what loneliness feels like to me. I can have people around me. I could be cordial. I could be all those things. But if my heart is longing for a certain person and that person is not there with me, then that's what loneliness feels like to me. And even though I can get on the phone and video chat or talk with you, nothing takes the place of being in your presence.
Absolutely.
So that's what loneliness feels like to me. Some days are intense and some days I'm okay.
I got you. Okay. And that's real. There are a lot of people who deal with those kind of feelings on a regular basis, and they don't have that, good day, bad days. To them, it's just constant. And that's unfortunate. But it is very real and very possible, and probably not spoken about enough, that you can be surrounded by people and still feel alone.
Right.
And there's some real serious and valid reasons for that. But we're going to try to get to the bottom of it, and we're going to try to get to some of the things that we do to take the sting off, some of the things we do to help us to navigate those feelings, those emotions, those attitudes, and how we can rise above them, because we don't want anybody to drown in the sea of loneliness, especially when you have a community of people called Love, Space, and Time who understand what you are going through.
Right. So, yeah, you really don't get it until you're actually in it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real. Now, where I come from, when I talk about loneliness, and who knows, this might be a because I'm a man, because you're a woman thing. It might be because of just how I've been brought up, or what I've learned and grown through over the last couple of decades.
Mm-hmm.
But what loneliness it's possible for me. I understand that being alone does not necessarily equate loneliness, does not
Mm-hmm.
equate to being lonely, because it is very possible that most of my time and most of my life I found myself alone. Even if I was surrounded by people, nobody really got me the way that I wanted them to get me. Nobody really valued the things that I truly valued, or was able to see the things that I was able to see.
Right.
So in that regard, I can say I was alone. But the negative that people associate with lonely and loneliness, I can honestly say I never felt that, or rarely did I ever feel that. And even if I did feel it, it's not a place that I chose to stay for very long.
That's the important part, and that's something that you always try to work with me on, is that if ever I'm feeling a certain way, whether it's loneliness or being upset about something or whatever the case may be, you always encourage me to not stay in that train of thought for too long. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that about you. And um, so it's very helpful to have someone who gets you, who understands you, and can talk you up out of whatever funk you're feeling for that day. That's really a
We
great
like the funk now, baby. Oh.
thing. Running. So yeah, this is, to me, this is really, really important, because these type of feelings can really make or break a long distance relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
you
and
have
that's
to, I'm going to adjust my camera, hold on one second. And you have to have the wherewithal to say, okay, this is temporary, this is not something that's going to last forever, and try your best to move through it.
yeah, and you can't take it for granted either. I don't, I talk about it like it's something that can easily be handled or defeated, but I don't take it for granted, because I'm dealing with another person's feelings,
Mhm.
and you never know when something is going to be too much for someone to handle. And I don't
Yeah.
ever want to take it for granted that, whatever you're feeling or dealing with, or how difficult the situation is, it may hit you differently than it hits me. I want to be
Mhm.
sensitive to how you're feeling, and sensitive to what you need from me and what I'm able to give to you, because I know that what's in me to give to you is the solution to whatever it is you're dealing with. So that helps me to be mindful, helps me to
Mhm.
remember, helps me to remember who I am and what I'm capable of.
And you are capable of so much.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Got no room for doubt. Got no room for
Oh my
doubt.
goodness. What a treasure. What a treasure we have found here. So we do have a list today. We're not gonna sit on here and drool over each other all night, but we do have a list that we can definitely talk about some of the things that help with the loneliness. And of course, number one at the top of the list is regular communication,
Mhm.
by whatever means you choose to communicate. I think our favorite thing is video communication, because I'm able to see you, you're able to see me. Um,
Yeah, I'm thankful for this new generation, has brought in. We from the old school, Generation X. We didn't have the internet. We didn't grow up on that. So
grew up
this
with the cord going down the hallway from the kitchen.
on
Okay.
that phone that we couldn't be on all night.
Right.
Yeah,
Weren't supposed to anyway, but we found a
right,
way to sneak on the phone.
right. But the new age that we're in, there's virtually nothing separating you from being with who you want to be with. And we already talked about how being in a long distance relationship, being in an unconventional situation in general, means you're not marching to the beat of somebody else's drum, or
You're right
somebody
about
else's
that.
standard for what your
You're right.
relationship is supposed
You're
to be.
right.
Our relationship is as real as anybody else's relationship, and us doing us the way we do us is is good enough for us. Other people
Right.
might not get it. It might not work for other people, but you have to be a special kind of person to involve yourself in a long distance relationship anyway. So us connecting the way we do is not just a video call. It's not just a phone call. It's something much deeper. Every time that we make a connection, every time that you contact me or I contact you, is for me is spiritual, you know.
I agree with you because the heart and the mind have to be there, has to be there, and it has to be intentional for it to have meaning.
Yep.
You know how it is when somebody calls you and you don't really want to talk to them and you halfway listening.
I know those calls well.
But when you're talking to the person that you are loving and interested in, then
Hmm.
you're very intentional about what that person is saying. And even though, we have our moments where we joke around and are very much less than serious with each other, that's
Hmm.
our way of having fun with each other. But that's still creating a bond because you and I have great chemistry. So, you know,
Right. Might be everybody else you got to act right with, but when you have somebody, you don't have to act right. You can just be yourself, and they accept you as yourself. So that's a wonderful
yeah,
thing.
it's really an amazing thing that you can just put your guard down and say what it is that you want to say and do it fearlessly.
Say what's on your mind. Come on, Cletus.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm not going to digress too much, but I just want to say that I really appreciate how you listen to what I have to say even if it's very challenging for me. You've just always been very patient with me when I needed to get something off my chest,
Hmm.
and you know, you just are a solid friend in that regard. You're a solid person because you listen to what I have to say and you give me the best advice that you possibly can. So
Hmm.
I really appreciate that about you.
Key ingredient, friendship.
That's the key ingredient. So next on our list is creative date ideas. Now, we did talk about creative date ideas last
Yes.
week.
Check out episode 9.
Hmm. We talked about creative date ideas, and so I have done some research and I'm going to post this on our platform when I have everything together that I would like to have. But there are websites or companies that do virtual city tours, walking tours, museum tours. Like if you guys want to come to a particular city together virtually, you get on there and you move around the city. And then also there is a movie watching app that you can invite others to. And I think that's something we can do for our space timers. We talked about it last week. We just need to
Hmm.
make it happen. Our space timers can come together and watch a romantic comedy. And I think that would be so cute.
Love, space, and time date night.
Yes, I
I'm telling
love
you.
space and time date night. That would be so great.
Hmm.
So, moving on to number 3. So, how do you combat loneliness? You can't sit around the house and stare at the walls. I mean, you
Hmm.
could, but that's not really going to do you any good. You got to be involved in something.
Right, right. And then look, that's for your own well-being, whether you're in a relationship with somebody or not. There's something about you doing how you normally do, doing what you normally do, that creates a little bit of sanity and
Hmm.
normalcy in life.
Yes,
So you got to have something that you're about, something that's your thing, and that's what attracts you to the other person anyway, or attracts the other person to you.
exactly. So, fun fact about me is I am a gym butterfly. So, I love to work out. I love to be active. So I am in the gym often. And it's not necessarily something that's extra for me at this point because I've been doing it for so long. But the extra thing for me is to go hiking, or they have the Atlanta Beltline here. So you can go on the Beltline and get a good spot and get you something to drink and people watch. Because that's one of my other favorite pastimes is to watch people and just In my mind, I'm like, okay, so why did you do that? Why you have that on? I just am trying to. It's my study in human nature to watch people and the things that they do. But I consider myself to be a very adventurous person. I like
Hmm.
to get out and try new things. I like to go to events and mix and mingle from time to time. What about you, Vernon? What do you like to do?
Yeah, I am. I'm not averse to getting out and doing things with other people. I've been very much content all my life with doing things on my own. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm comfortable if I'm home watching movies. I'm comfortable if I'm doing my own thing. But I also like going out by myself. I've gone on many trips to museums. I've
Mm-hmm.
gone to the movies by myself. I've gone to see, have I gone to see live shows? Yep. I've gone to concerts by myself. I get out. If there's something to do that is going to be enjoyable to me, that's what I'm about. I don't understand boredom. And then on the other hand, because I believe in balance, I don't spend a lot of time leaving balance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't spend a lot of time bored. Bored means you're not using your brain for
I
what
mean,
you
you
can do.
never stop using your brain technically.
Mm,
Technically, you never stop using your brain, but I get what you're saying. Like you have absolutely nothing to do, and you're just like I said, you're home staring at the walls.
home staring at the walls. It's got to be something else you can do other than just stare at the walls. So I find things to do. As a matter of fact, purpose for me is about what I can do to be self-sufficient, independent, what I can do to take care of myself, my loved ones, be a
Mm-hmm.
valuable contributor to as many people as I can. So I'm always, always working on something. Not
Yeah,
always, but you know,
that's very true. That's very
not,
true. I feel like sometimes I want to come pull you away from that computer. Like, please get up. Please get
I'm
up.
not I'm not always in front of the computer. I'll have you know that I spent the last 2 hours today watching Breaking Bad. I watched the end of Breaking Bad. I finally made it to the end.
Was it good?
I feel let down now. After watching all those episodes, it's like there ain't no more. You've reached the end
Oh,
of the internet.
was the
There is
ending
no
good
more.
though? Was the ending good?
The ending was all right. The ending
Was
was
all
all
right.
right. It seemed like there was something else that probably should have happened, but it was good that it was finally over because I kept on watching, thinking it was going to be the last episode, and it was like next season.
Right. That's how they get you to keep watching. Keep
That's how
paying
they
that
got me.
Netflix membership
That's
every
how they
month.
got me. But I am not always just work, 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 work. You got to have something that you do that's just your thing. So
Yeah, true.
I balance it
True.
out.
I'm trying to think what oh, definitely can't leave out my plants because that is definitely my thing too. That feels more like a job though because I have so many. Everybody has to be watered. Oh, guess what? I was outside today. I have a little baby bell pepper. I'm so
Ooh,
excited.
look at you. Actually got produce. Actually going to have a harvest.
Woohoo!
The
I'm
harvest
growing
is
some
coming.
food, baby.
The harvest is coming. That's right. You can literally say you growing food.
Yes, this is my first bell pepper I have ever grown. It's about that big, but we'll see how that
That
goes.
counts. That
That
counts.
does count.
We encourage each other's accomplishments, no matter how big, how small. So I'm proud of you and your baby bell pepper.
Oh, thank you, Pookie. Okay, so our next item on our list is da-da-da, getting out with other people. Imagine that.
Mhm. And check this out. Haha. I have been to two mixers. Well, I've been to one mixer and I'm going to my next mixer next Monday,
Hmm.
not tomorrow, but the following week. Going to another mixer here. I've been into networking and I've been doing a lot of virtual meetups too.
Yes.
I've taken the whole social networking thing, put in a whole different lane. Facebook is all right, okay if you doing what you do for the gram, but I found other more professional networks that are
Right.
geared towards business owners and
Right.
people who are looking to do business with one another. So
Right.
once I found that, it was like, wow, this is networking. So I'm enjoying that, and I'm enjoying the opportunity that I'm finding to actually go out and do some in-person events too. So,
Yes. So for me this month, actually next Sunday, I have a book club meeting that I'm going to for the first time.
mhm.
And the book is called Somebody Had to Do It. I think I told you about the
No,
rich
you didn't tell
girl
me
and
that.
her daddy or whatever. But the
Oh yeah,
book is
yeah,
called
yeah.
Somebody Had to Do It. So I'm going to meet this group of ladies. I don't know them, so I am taking a step out there to introduce myself to some different people. I'm
Okay.
doing that,
You've been getting
and
out a lot lately. You went somewhere. You went to church today, didn't you?
yes, I had a wonderful time. And listen, I love to go places where the message is about growing yourself spiritually and elevating your energy and taking back your power from the people who are trying to take it from you. Okay, I'm
Hmm.
gonna let you figure out who that is. But
Hmm.
taking back your power and being God over your own life, meaning taking responsibility for your own life. So I absolutely love that. They have events that are coming up that I do plan on attending there. Um, this past weekend, I was at the beach with my grandchildren, and although well, two of my grandbabies, and although I wasn't able to move around like I wanted to exactly, because you got little people who are always hungry and thirsty and
Hmm.
everything, I still enjoyed the beach. So I was happy, and of course visited my daughter, my youngest daughter. So I was happy to have that experience. Every time I make that drive back, I'm like, wow, I really don't want to do this drive anymore. But the plane tickets be so sky high. Woo!
Hmm.
But yes, that is my effort to get out and but you know what? On the flip side though, honestly, sometimes I just enjoy sitting in here by myself. Like I'll
So
put my
where?
show on and I'm chilling. Like I don't have a desire to get out and do anything with anybody. I'm
Mhm.
not, feeling lonely as we talked about. I am content. So I'm good sitting here, going in the kitchen, cooking something to eat and chilling.
So what's the difference? What's the difference between those times where it's like, okay, I'm good, I'm doing what I got to do, and other times when you get lost in emotion or whatever it is? What's the difference?
Maybe I just have this longing just for your presence. I just feel like there's something in me that
Mhm.
really needs you to be here with me physically.
You don't need that other times when you just go in the kitchen and cook and okay, I'm good.
I
I'm
mean,
good.
yeah, but it's like maybe okay, so since you're gonna press the button, maybe it's like feeling like I don't want to do this particular thing by myself. I would love for Verna to be here and do this with me. I might need you to reach in the top of the cabinet and get something from me, but you're not here. So now I'm like, damn, I wish he was here. You know what I'm saying? Or I need you to change a light bulb or take out the trash or something. I don't know. Just wanting your presence here because maybe this will resonate with somebody, but I just feel like sometimes I get tired of doing everything myself.
Mhm.
And I want my partner to be here with me to share in that.
Mhm.
The simple, mundane stuff. Like I always say this to you, but I've said to you sometimes, I wish you were here to take out the trash because I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
I wish you were here to, do whatever because I don't want to do it. And if there was something that you didn't want to do, I'm pretty sure you would say, babe, can you do such and such? Because I don't really feel like it right now. I mean, it doesn't sound weird to me. That's my reality.
Mhm.
That's my reality. I would love to be sitting on the couch and you rubbing my feet. Like, that's amazing.
Yes, it would be.
And the thing is, if I stay on that too long, maybe that's what leads to the loneliness, feeling lonely.
Ah, dwelling on those feelings for too long.
Maybe
That
that's
plays a
what it
big part.
is.
Okay. Okay. So to speak to the coping part, what can someone do if they find themselves in that place? It's not like they can just jump online and go on a virtual tour. You gotta there's a process, there's something you gotta do in that moment, probably to get yourself up out of that so that you can handle the rest of what life brings you to handle, right?
Yeah, I just it's good for me to just find things to do to kind of take my mind off of it.
Hmm.
like I've gotten in the habit of, and I'm pretty sure people do this all the time. I don't necessarily spend money in salons to get my toes or my hand, my nails done, but I have my tools here. So I just sit here and soak my feet for as long as I want to soak my feet, get my little snack, watch my little show. And that really just occupies my mind for some time.
Mm.
And of course, I always have my plants because they always need something. So by the time I spend an hour watering my plants, I've forgotten that I miss Vernon. So,
Yeah, it can easily be removed like that. Just spend an hour working on the plans, you'll forget all about
I didn't say I didn't. No, that's not what I said. Stop trying to put words in my mouth.
them.
That is not what I said.
No, I heard that wrong.
Don't get bopped upside the head, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, cool.
All right. So
So,
next on our list is planning visits. When I tell you, that immediately straightens out my attitude.
yeah, yeah. Knowing that you have a particular date, it's only this many days away, or this many weeks left. Imagining every leg of the trip. That's what I do. I take joy in imagining what's the train ride going to be like from here to the airport. What's the airline flight going to be like? What's it going to be like when I'm sitting there all cool and relaxed and I'm just waiting for boarding to start. I just have fun imagining, enjoying every aspect of getting to see you. And then getting to see you is actually just taking it up a notch, because once I get there, we got places to go and things to see, and cowboy hats to wear and all that good stuff. We're
Yeah,
going
I'm
to a
excited
western.
about that.
We're going to a western themed party this time, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do the achy breaky. They don't do the achy breaky no more, right? I got to find out what the new dances are so I can.
That's not some. I don't know that. No, I don't think so. You gotta. You gotta learn that step called sailing. That's the one that I seen. A
Sailing.
lot of Western, a lot of country folks. Yeah, they do the sailing step, and then there's another one. I don't. It's a whole bunch of them out there. But we can learn a couple for our event.
I'm gonna learn some. So that's gonna be some interesting footage. We're only gonna put that footage in the Facebook group. So if y'all are not part of our Facebook group, what you're waiting for, a lot of good stuff happens there. We're gonna put the footage of us doing the what is it called? The sailing step.
That's the one that I've seen that I really like. The other ones, I feel like it's way out of my my range.
She's not advanced. She rhythmically challenged y'all, but I'm trying to work with him.
No, I am not. No,
We're
I'm
gonna do
not.
this. So what you mean it's advanced? What you mean
Don't
the
get
step
it
is advanced?
popped on your head.
Well, we're gonna put some footage of us doing the sailing in the Facebook group. So if y'all aren't a part of the Facebook group for Love, Space, and Time, come on, y'all. Get with the program. Love, Space, and Time.
I just can't wait to see you in them cowboy boots.
Doing the achy breaky. Oh well, sailing.
You say achy breaky one more time.
That's the only song that comes to mind at the time. Don't break my
So
heart, my achy breaky heart.
you're so old. You're so old. Vernie. So I am so excited because you're actually going to be here in 7 days, 11 days.
No, not 7 days, 10 days.
Oh, 10 days. Okay. So you're actually going to be here in 10 days. So this is a very good thing for me. I go through this every time you come for the visit. What do I need to do in this apartment so that you're comfortable? What do you need to have? What plans do we need to make? Where are we going? Who are we seeing? Like, so much to do. And you always say, don't put too much on the schedule.
Yeah, we're trying to relax and enjoy one another. We gotta go here. What are we gonna do now? Can we just sit here and chill?
Don't be mad.
Well, we are gonna hit the High Museum. We gotta find out who's gonna be there on this that coming Friday. I'm excited. We got some things that we do that's just like the norm, Then we
Mm-hmm.
always spice it up with something new. Each time has to be a new experience when we get together.
Absolutely. So I'm super excited about you coming to visit me. Okay. All right. So let's move on to number 7. 7 just talks about shared goals. So working on projects, and then having milestones in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our project that we work on together. This whole podcast.
This and everything that's connected to it. There are some projects and some tasks that we have that we got to get to, but
Mm-hmm.
it's all a part of the package. It's all a part of the big picture. So we're having fun with it, and we enjoy this time that we come together every Sunday just for this purpose. This is a
And this
part of our
podcast
therapy.
is
This is
yes,
really
I was
like
gonna
therapy.
say. I was
Mhm.
gonna say it's definitely bringing me out of my shell more because I am a private person, and so it's bringing me out of my shell more, and I can talk more about my internal feelings and emotions because I hope that it's gonna help to benefit somebody else who's watching this and
Mhm.
who's in a long distance relationship.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm happy about that. And then also your milestone. So I think we've been at this since October. Is that
yep.
right?
October 20th. Yep. How many months is
Dang,
that?
that's 10 months.
Wow. We have been in this relationship for 10 months. I've been serious about you. You've been serious about me. We've
Look how
been
you
serious
giggle
about
ahead.
we. We are serious about us.
Wow. To really think about 10 months. We've had our challenges though. We've had our
Yeah,
challenges.
this past year has just been very challenging. There's a lot been going on this last year. So through it all, we are finding so much good with each other and in each other. And I'm thankful for that. I'm really thankful for that.
I like how we show up for each other too. We have a lot of life experience between the both of us.
Mhm.
And I can't imagine somebody who is in their 20s trying to do this. I'm sure they do, but I don't know if I could as a 20 something year old person be in a long distance relationship with somebody.
Yeah, they're not ready to make life easy yet.
Yeah,
Sometimes
we kind of
you
complicate things when we're young like that, huh?
sometimes you have to learn how to make life easy for yourself. So yeah, doing this at 20, at 30 can be way more difficult than it has to be. But I'm thankful for all that we've been through and all you bring to the table because I listen to you when you talk. I learn from you. I just spend a lot of time observing and paying attention to you because
Yes, you
I
do.
automatically I automatically think that there's something I'm supposed to get out of this. Not just here looking at you, feeling good. You're helping me to grow and to continue becoming all that I'm destined to become. So I'm paying attention.
That is the sweetest thing that I think that anybody has ever said to me in my whole life.
Word.
Word to the mother. Oh my God, Goofy. Such a goofball. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next item on our list is emotional support.
Mm, that is what
Wow.
we do. I just touched on this. I said this
Mm-hmm.
this project and goals that we work on are like therapy, but yeah, just when thinking about okay, how am I being here emotionally for this person? And a big part of that, from what I can see and from what I can tell, a big part of that is just again observing, so that I can pick up on the cues that you give. I can tell when something is bothering you. I can tell when there's something not necessarily bothering you, but when you have something on your mind and
Right.
maybe you need to talk it out instead of just let it swim around in there. So just paying attention, observing, and
Mm.
figuring out, okay, what can I do in this moment to serve her, to meet her need, to be there, to give her the support that she's looking to me for.
Wow, that's amazing, babe. You know that you say that, and the way that you speak about our relationship and what you feel like your responsibility is, because I see so many times where men will call each other simps or you whipped or whatever for being considerate and compassionate towards your woman. And what I think that they fail, the people who say that type of thing, what they fail to understand is a mature, emotionally mature woman, when she's being fed like that, she's going to turn around and pour right back into you.
Yeah.
So you're never lacking in that department, especially when it comes to emotional support. Like, you want someone, like we talked about so many episodes ago, to give you that safe space
Hmm.
to share your emotions. Men, I don't know how men necessarily hide any of that. Maybe you can speak to it, but I definitely don't want you hiding anything from me. If you need that type of support, I want you to come and talk to me about what you're going through, so that I can be as supportive of you as you have been to me. Like, that is something that I would relish in. Man, my partner is coming to talk to me about his deepest intimate thoughts. He thinks enough of me to share that with me. Oh my
Hmm.
God, that's gold. That's gold.
You know, I think that a lot of people, and I think that's where trust is a major factor. I think what stops a lot of men from being that way is they don't really feel like they can trust that I'm going to tell this person to open up, share what's really going on in my mind, even when
Right.
it doesn't make me look like, yeah, I got this, I know everything, I got it I got it handled. There's sometimes when if a man is going to be honest, and emotionally mature men will admit they don't know all the answers.
Right.
They don't have it all figured out. And it's not a sign of weakness to say that. There's something I don't know. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to figure it out. The answer hasn't come to me yet. So to be able to let your guard down with someone and know that,
Mm,
hey, this I can show up this way with this person, and they know that it doesn't diminish me in any way. They know that I'm striving to overcome this thing, or they know that I'm striving to get past this point. But just acknowledging where I am is something that I don't have to worry about what people are going to think about me. I trust completely that she has my back. And if I let her know that there's something that I don't have or can't do or I'm not able at the moment, it's not going to it's not something that she's going to use against me or hold against me. It's
mm-hmm,
something that she's going to hold on to me tighter. She's demonstrated that she wants to hold on to me tighter, and we will get through this together. And that just seems to be how life works. If I don't have an answer now, it'll come to me at some point.
mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very, very true. The societal programming teaches us, or tries to instill in us, that a person is weak when they share what's on their heart and mind, especially between a man and a woman. And I really hate to see that, because that is the downfall of our family foundation. When you can't talk to the person that you say you love, and you live in
Mm-hmm.
the house with them, but you can't really share your innermost thoughts and feelings with them, because you're afraid they're going to throw that back in your face when they get upset. That's a
Yeah.
special kind of hell, if you ask me. Because
Yeah.
why are you even there? Why are you even there? It's easier for us to have sex with somebody or ask them for money than to tell them, these are my innermost
Mm.
thoughts. That's
Wow.
crazy to me.
Yeah. It's something to think about. And
That's why
everybody
people
who's
don't have
watching this,
connections. That's why people don't connect with each other, because we're not really talking to each other. We're talking at each other.
don't skip past this point. I think that is critical. Just
Mm-hmm.
as people relating to one another, if we can learn how to get a grasp on that, if we can get to that place of maturity in our relationships, emotional maturity. There's some things that are bothering a lot of people now that
Mm-hmm.
if we would grow up, for lack of a better term, if we would get to that point of being mature, some of that stuff doesn't matter. An emotionally mature man don't care about what other people think about him. I don't
No.
care if people call me a simp because I care about you and because I'm striving to be sensitive to your needs. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care what other people say. They don't what they think is not contributing to my happiness.
Right. It's not.
You being at peace is contributing to my happiness. So once I realized that, that made life so much easier.
Don't you want to come home to a peaceful home environment?
Please.
We have to fight so much out in the world. Who doesn't want to come home to a peaceful home environment?
The
I know I
one
do.
person, the one person in the world that I can trust is not my enemy, is Kamisha.
It just make me smile.
That's a good thing.
It make my heart melt. And I can't believe I'm saying this and people are going to watch me saying this, but this is how you are all the time with me.
I don't know any other way to be. You make
And
me feel so young. You make me feel there's songs to be sung.
don't quit your day job. But it
I
helps
won't.
me to, but you being the way you are, it just helps me to relax. And I feel like I can be more feminine because you're helping me to relax.
I was told that if you're doing it right, that is the result that you will get. So I'm thankful for all that I've been taught and the things that I'm striving to embody.
Hmm. And we're not even in the same household with each other yet. So, woo wee.
Maybe this is the easy part. It's easy to be this way when you're not with the person 24/7. But you
Yeah,
know
you're
what?
right.
This honestly, I'm looking at this as preparation because if when you plan for a trip ahead, you think about all the things that okay it could possibly go wrong. I could be on a road trip and I can get a flat tire. Okay, well let me put some fix a flat. Let me make sure I got a spare and a jack and a lug wrench and all the things that I would need in case I run into
Hmm.
problems. So this feels like we are looking for all the things that we know we will have to be prepared for and we're already conditioning ourselves so that when we encounter those things, okay, well, no problem. I know how to handle this.
Yeah, it's really a key point because we can talk about all the hard stuff now. And granted, we will still continue to learn things about each other even when we're at the point where we're in the same space. But
Mhm.
this is the hard part. You telling me all the things about yourself that are challenging for you to talk about and me doing the same thing. It's like you said, that's the hard part. When we get here and we got all that foolishness out of the way, I just feel like it's going to be that much more easier because there's nothing that we haven't really said to each other.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
Good preparation.
Yeah, it's very good preparation. So, and we learn how to support each other here on this side. Then when we get to the other side, that habit is already in place.
Hmm.
The communication habit is already in place.
Yeah, for sure. This is we used the term. It came up a couple of times in this conversation, but that's where therapy, couples therapy, comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And whether or not you go and you see a professional, you see a professional and you sit down for sessions or you find something that is therapeutic that you can both do together. I
Mm-hmm.
think, and I would highly encourage everybody that's out there. I would love to see the people who are, space timers with us, people who are loving across space and time, to start to incorporate more of those things. That's a part of mental health anyway. Now that that's becoming popular, and everybody can say, "Hey, I'm working on my stuff." I would love to see couples that just automatically know and go towards things that are therapeutic, things that are going to continually work on improving and making it better and easy for you
Mm-hmm.
all to be the couple that you want to be with one another. Therapy is very important.
Yeah, we have definitely talked about that before about getting to your best self. That's
Hmm.
your personal journey so that when you're with your person, you're not bringing all that baggage.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. So if you can take advantage of couples therapy, relationship counseling, premarital counseling, any type of thing like that, that would help you see more of yourself and more of one another in a,
Mm-hmm.
in a light that's going to make it better for you, then yeah, that's highly encouraged.
Yeah, and another thing too, I want to add, since we're talking about therapy, it's important to have that support group around you. That was one of the items on the list, is to have people that you can spend time with that are supportive of you in your long distance relationship, because even down the road when you're together with your person, you're still going to have bumps in the road, and you still want to have your support community there
Mhm.
that's encouraging you to work things out with your person, helping you to find answers, and not, unless it's a case of abuse or whatever like that, that they're not encouraging you to leave,
Mhm.
but to work on the situation, and the relationship that you're in, and making it better. So that support group is definitely very, very important.
Yeah, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff,
Good
babe.
stuff. So yeah, we can I think that we can go ahead and conclude our podcast here. I enjoyed this conversation with you. I'm so happy that a lot of these things that we're already incorporating into our long distance relationship through trial and error, because we didn't have
Mhm.
anybody telling us how to do it. Like you said at the beginning, we had to figure out what was going to work best for us
Mhm.
and talk about it. Talk it out and see what works best. And that's what you do for your
Yeah,
own relationship.
yeah. And we constantly, a part of our ritual is praying together, positively reinforcing our entire reality. We're constantly affirming that we get the guidance that we need.
Mm-hmm.
So every time that we find a resource, every time that there's some inspiration that hits us both, we know that we're being led in the right direction, because it pulls the best out of us and it makes us want to be better for one another in those situations. So highly recommend praying together, affirming one another, and seeking guidance. Again, nobody has all the answers.
Right.
So understand that there might be a better way to do things. And if, as long as everybody's striving for that, a better way to do things, then we can't go wrong.
Absolutely. So we can go ahead and wrap up, but just want to invite our viewers to follow us on our YouTube channel, Love Space and Time Podcast. We also have a Facebook page, Love Space and Time, and a private group on the Love Space and Time Facebook page. So we want to invite you to follow us there. We are here every Sunday at 7 o'clock. So next week we're going to have a different episode to talk about, and hopefully we will be able to get the word out a little bit sooner next week about what we have going on. But life be life, and so charge it to my head and not my heart. Okay,
we're,
so
we're
but
working
I'm
on making some changes in our marketing department, y'all. We
yeah,
gotta
we
have
are
some.
definitely striving to improve and do things differently and better at the same time. So, we just give thanks for the progress that we have made up until this point, for the people we have touched, the conversations we've had, and hopefully, the things that we are seeking to promote will be a benefit to our community and to other communities, because there definitely is, I feel like, uh, maybe a war is too harsh of a word, but families and relationships are not celebrated as they should be, and encouraged like they should be.
Mhm.
It's just so much mess and drama, and we need to get rid of all of the mess and drama and get back to what's important and vital in our community, so our children can have all of their parents in the picture with them, and our families can be strong and healthy. So that's what I would
Absolutely.
like to say.
Well, hey, we would like to have also, in this last minute or two that we have, want to highlight a sponsor to the show. Yes, we have a business sponsor called Camnon Business Services. They help new entrepreneurs and small businesses and nonprofits hit targets and achieve their goals. So if you are in business for yourself, if you are new and you're thinking about the idea of turning something you love into a business, or if you're already established and you need professional services to help you grow to whatever your next goal or milestone is,
Mm-hmm.
visit camnonservices.com and let's all grow strong together.
Absolutely. So thank you all so much for joining us and have an amazing rest of your day. Peace, love, and
Enjoy. Peace, love, and light.
light.